Okay, so continuing on where we left off at, you see here, again, to use a composition, okay, you see the higher percentage or the higher frequency of EM2 within the Bisa people, okay? You also see the U175 or EU175 as well as the EM191, right, frequency, and then the uh the the E the EU 175 is the purple percentage purple slice here. The EU or the EM 191 is the red here, and categorized by the baby blue is the EM 33. So to give you guys the formula that I said I would, that I used. Okay, once we already know that the article, because geneticists, right, are much better gatherers in this regard. Okay, hence all this information. They've been in the field, they know. Okay, so to further along the formula that I used to come to the conclusion that I know for sure that I am of a E1B1, E1B1A1 subclade, and furthermore an M2 or EN2 haplotype. Okay, this is how I came to that conclusion, or this is part of the way. So when we read down here, we see it says, with respect to, and this is the part I'm highlighting here is the part I'm going to read. With respect to the genetic diversity issues, okay, it is notable that all groups from Burkina Faso have very high mitochondrial sequence diversity values of 1 or close to 1, right? Table 1. This contrasts with the Y chromosomal diversity where some groups stand out as having very low values. Thus, the BISA, right? Now we're referencing the BISA, right, to go along with the tests that I received back from African ancestry. The BISA stand out as having the lowest Y chromosomal haplogroup and haplotype diversities, as is expected, right, giving their haplogroup composition. Okay, with a single haplogroup, EM2, which was categorized in the composition depicted above. Okay, the EM2 is the darker blue, being present in extremely high frequencies. So what is the percentage? More or less 88%. Okay, so approximately 88%. Okay, so now I took that, okay, because target you want to take your everything that you do, you want to take it seriously, okay? You want to gain as much as a precise result or answer as possible. So now I took that. This is categorizing the 88%. Okay, now this article here, Gutenberg. Okay, here is the ETAC U175 haplotype, right? That we see that's categorized, and it's here, right? Categorized that they refer to in other article as a haplogroup, and technically it is because it comes from a subclade that comes from a haplogroup. Okay, so this is the subclade. Here's the haplogroup ETAC U175, right? EchoTAC uniform 175 haplotype, and here is the allele count for someone who would be classified as an EU175 haplotype. Okay, now I want to say I'm the same. Now this DYS, this DNA Y segment 19 is the same as the 394. Okay, DYS 394. Okay, so 394 and 19 are the same marker. Okay, or can be categorized as similar markers. So my DYS is a little higher than the DYS 390 here. My DYS 390. Okay, and in contrast to that, my DYS 393 is a little lower. Okay, so in count, in allele count. So this is how I know that I'm not okay. Just by this formula, if you will, if you can call it that. Okay, if you're gracious enough to call it that, or kind enough to call it that, that EU 175 is here. Okay, so it would take that allele count represented here that would depict this percentage here that we see present within the Bisa people. Okay, so I know that I'm not that. Okay, and so where was I at? Okay, and so I know I know that I'm not a E33 or a EM33, and I know that I'm not a E191. Okay, so with that being said, that's how I have come to the conclusion and the logic that I am M2. Okay, M2. Okay, and it's pretty reasonable. Okay, just using that formula there, very basic formula. Okay, nothing too intricate. I mean, you could either do it that way, or you could go to and this is why I referenced earlier the DNA companies, because you have some companies that you can go to, and then you would have to send your result to another company. For instance, Family Tree, you get your result from Family Tree, and then you send that to GEDmatch, and GEDmatch will then give you a further breakdown um, of your subclade. Okay, so you can do it that way. However, there's been compromises with GEDmatch, so for those out there that are very particular and perhaps somewhat hesitant, um, then I mean, hey, it's your discretion. It's at your discretion. Okay. However, me, I know that African ancestry, they carry more of a what do you call this? They're more discreet with what they do, and they let you know that in the fine print. Okay, so I don't have anything vested in African ancestry. I'm just telling you, this is the company that I went with. Um, you know, due to certain reasons, knowing that they have a substantial amount of genome references, as well as, a lot, a lot of the other dynamics that they deal with, confidentiality, and, so on and so forth. Okay. Just the name African ancestry at the time, especially, it piqued my interest. Okay. So, um, I'm telling you all out there that will see this video, make sure you try to do as thorough as a investigation on a DNA company you decide to check your DNA, whatever DNA test you decide to go with. Okay, just make sure that the company is to your liking. Okay, so again, this is the formula that I use. Okay, knowing that I'm Bisa, okay, knowing that knowing what my allele count is and um matching that to other information, and then I've come to that, logical conclusion, okay, that this is what it is. EM2, okay, E1B1A1, it's more specifically the DYS 271 / meaning or M2 or EM2, right, or SY81, okay. Okay, and that's how you determine that. You would have, all of you out there, just know that there are different avenues you may have to approach this. However, I gave you these two articles. These are, reputable articles. Okay, these are decent articles to have to be able to substantiate your subclade, thus your haplotype, your haplogroup, uh, your subclade, and your haplotype. Okay, so is there anything else that I need to bring out? Okay. Okay, so with that, I want to say Shalom Alaikum. Uh, peace and bliss to you all out there. Barakatah Allah al Yon. Okay. Kal Halal Wakabod Wafaparaf La Yahweh Bashim Hamashach Yahoshua. Okay, all praises, honor, and glory to He who exists in the name of Yah's salvation.